and welcome back to our second edition of Export, Upload, Eat. Today we're going to be focusing on meals for Easter. So since we wanted to do something kind of non-traditional and geared more towards the healthier side of what you can do, we are actually going to have salmon today. So we're going to go over that in just a second, but first I'm going to walk you through everything that you will need for your meal. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need is potatoes, and these are red potatoes. We're going to need some honey. We're going to need some cooking spray, olive oil, Panko's breadcrumbs, a lemon, some garlic. I just went ahead and got the minced kind because it's so much easier and it'll save us some time. Then salt, pepper, parsley, have a zucchini, squash, and some onion. And then I have 2 fillets. They have skin on them. You can get it without it. Doesn't matter. And then as far as material that you will need cooking-ware wise, I have a 8x8 pan. I have a regular pan with some foil on it. I have a cutting board, which we will clean and wash in between stuff. And then I also have a knife to cut my vegetables up with. Okay, alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so the reason that we selected this as our meal, we wanted to do something, like I said, non-traditional, something more spring and refreshing. And also my producer, Jenny, she is trying this new thing where she cuts out all of her gluten, she cuts out all of her starches, other than I know we got some potatoes over here, okay, that was me. And then we are just gonna do something that's more healthy. And since she started, she is like feeling better, has more energy, so that's what we're going for, is something that's gonna be better for you, okay? So the first thing that we need to do, I have already washed the zucchini and squash, so we're going to go ahead and get those cut up. I'm going to cut off the ends of both of them. Okay, and then let me see here. I think I want to do them like little bits, so we're just going to cut it right down the middle. I like to cut them like little fries, kind of. Okay. Get these cut. And the good thing about these vegetables is not only are they very good for you and healthy, but they're cheap. And I mean, if you can save some money, then might as well do it. And that's the craziest thing, is the best things for you are sometimes the cheapest things. So it's very easy to make that transition into eating something more healthy because it is affordable. Okay, so we're just gonna cut those up into little chunks. All right. And same thing with this, little chunks. Okay, so now that we have our zucchini done, we need to put it in here, but first I'm gonna spray it with a little pan. Okay, good deal. All right, so then we're just going to take this and scrape it off into there. Oop. Nobody said this was perfect. All right, and we're just gonna move on to our squash. So same exact thing, we're gonna cut off the ends. Okay, I'm a huge squash and zucchini fan. I cook it all the time. I like it pretty much anyway. But this time we're going to put it in the oven and bake it, since our salmon is also going to be baked, instead of frying it. That way it is going along with our healthier options. So we're just going to cut that up into some chunks. Same thing with this one. And the thing about Easter is, I mean, it's definitely a time to be with your family, and I mean, I know that there's always amazing food, of course, but this can be something that, I mean, I'm a college student. I want to take something that obviously I enjoy, aside from all the good food that's going to be there, but this was not expensive. It was a very inexpensive meal. I think everything that we got, I mean, everything that we bought was a total of 20 bucks. So, and it will cook quite a bit. Now, I did only get 2 salmon fillets, like I said, but I mean, you can even make these into little bite-sized chunks just so everybody can have a little piece of it, or you can get 4. This was $5 for both these fillets. So it's an inexpensive, very healthy option. Okay, so the next thing is gonna be our onion. Onion's like $1, which is so nice because I use it in everything for that wonderful flavor. Okay. I'm going to take all that peeling off of it. They have them that are actually pre-peeled if you want to buy them that way. They cost a little bit more, but I mean, for the time that it takes for you to do it, it's no big deal. Okay, and we're just going to cut up about 1/3 of this onion to put in there with it. Okay, some of that can be thrown away. And after you cut it in half, then we can turn it sideways and cut it into smaller chunks. Woo, watch your fingers, y'all. Okay. And then we'll just put that on top of there. Good deal. Okay. So now this is what we have. Got the zucchini and squash all in there. A little bit of onion, and then we're just going to go ahead and season it. So just a little bit of salt, some cracked pepper. We're just going to use the same stuff we did last time. Very, very basic. A little parsley for some color. And then, like I said, I like garlic, and since that's going to be some of the main substance, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little garlic in there with it because it's not going to be bad. Okay, and then lastly, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on top of that, okay? So just drizzle it. There we go. Okay, awesome. And the reason we're doing our vegetables first is because those need to bake for probably 30 minutes, okay? So I got the oven preheated to 400, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in there. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Export, Upload, Eat. While you were gone, we went ahead and we washed our board, we washed our knife, and I washed my hands really good so that we don't transfer anything. And our vegetables have about 25 minutes left on them, and the next thing we need to worry about is our potatoes. So I got a new glass dish, and I also got a whisk and a brush. That way we can brush on our salmon. So we're going to take our potatoes and we're just going to dump those straight into this pan, okay? So once we get those in there, all we have to do is season them. Those take about 20 minutes, so that's why I gave us a little time to come back to that, because they won't take as long in the oven. Okay, so just a little bit of olive oil drizzled on those. Yummy. And then again, seasoning, same thing. Little bit of pepper. And then we're going to do some salt. Okay, and that's all we need for our potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick those in the oven. Okay, awesome. And then the next thing we're going to do is start on our seasoning for the salmon. So we are going to need some honey, like I said before, and it says about 1.5 tablespoons of honey. So, and the weight is on for the rush, okay. Don't mind the noise, sorry about that. Excuse me. Okay, and then we're going to need some garlic. We're going to grab a little bit of garlic. It says about 1 tablespoon of garlic, okay. And then we're going to need some olive oil. As you can see, I use this a lot, so I'm almost out. And it's just a little bit to make it a little more thin. Okay, there we go. And then we need to whisk that together. And it's going to be really thick, and that's okay because we want it to be a good marinade for it. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna go off recipe here in a second because I think some teriyaki would be really good with it. And that's just me, but I really like teriyaki salmon, and I don't think it would hurt at all. So I'm putting salt, pepper, a little bit of parsley in there. And where's my teriyaki at? Worcestershire. No. You know what? I don't have teriyaki, but I do have Worcestershire, and that will still be good. Okay, so just like a couple little drops of that. We don't want it to be overpowering. Okay. And just gonna mix that together. Good. Okay. Great. Okay, so got that done. Okay, the next thing that we need to do, I've got just a paper plate because we're just gonna throw this away after we use it. We're gonna take our panko's breadcrumbs. Just a pretty generous amount, nothing major, but wanna make sure that they're nice and coated. And then we are going to brush on our honey, Worcestershire, salt, pepper, parsley, and garlic mixture onto the salmon. So I'm actually just gonna leave it on that plate for now because it's fine. We're just gonna brush it on there because what it's gonna do is it's gonna coat that and it's gonna make the pankos stick to it. So, yummy. Okay, and even though these are skin on, I'm gonna go ahead and do it to both sides. So I'm just gonna lay that face down on the pankos. Okay, and just blot a little bit on this side, that way it'll stick. And then flip it back over, shake it around. Ooh, nice and pretty coating there. Good, and then we're gonna double dip. It's not the only time it's okay, I don't care what anybody says. Okay. And make sure it's nice and even. See how pretty that is? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is take our olive oil, spray it on our pan right here. That way it's nice and even. That way we don't stick. Okay, and now that we've got that on there nice and evenly coated all the way across, we're just going to transfer that over, okay? And you can see how much we use. We use quite a bit, so that's why I put a pretty generous amount. And we're just gonna do the same thing again with this next fillet. So, bam, okay. There we go. And it's okay to make a mess. That's what kitchens are for. You can always clean it up. Put a little bit more on there too. And then we're going to douse this back side again. That way we have a nice even coating. Okay, good. And then pick that up. Boom. Okay, so you can see it needs a little bit more, so we're just gonna kind of take it and drag it around, twist it a little bit. Make sure it's nice and coated. See, just like the other one. So then we're going to transfer that. So, okay, now this is where our lemon comes in, because I like lemon with my seafood. I don't know about y'all. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, now that I have my hands washed, I'm going to take this lemon and cut it up into little slices because I'm actually going to lay it on top of there. That way it looks really nice and pretty. Okay, and I washed my lemon before we got started. That way my prep was done. Okay. I can smell those vegetables cooking in the oven. Okay, so these beautiful slices we're just going to lay on top, okay? Just like that. So 2 on each slice. Look how pretty that is. Okay, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to season the top of those a little bit. That way they have some extra flavor. Okay, a little bit of salt. Nice, pretty cracked pepper on there. Okay, and of course, some very pretty parsley for some color. Okay, so now that we've got it seasoned, we have it in our pan that is sprayed. We have our lemon on there. We put salt, pepper, and then a little bit of parsley with our beautiful lemon, so it gives it a nice fresh, springy color as well, aside from the flavor. So we're gonna pop that in the oven, and while this is cooking, it needs to be at 400, just like the vegetables, for about 15 minutes. So now what I want y'all to do is check out our appetizer video. We did it backwards this time. We're gonna hit y'all with a really cool appetizer. I enjoyed it. I got to color eggs as well as prepare it. So it is our avocado-filled deviled eggs. I hope y'all enjoy it. Welcome back to Export, Upload, Eat. Now that we have our entree in the oven, our vegetables, potatoes, and you have seen our appetizer, which I know you enjoyed, we're gonna move on to my favorite part, and that is dessert. So for dessert, we wanted to continue the healthy fad, but I'm a chocolate monster, so we just went ahead and threw some chocolate in with it too. So what we're going to make for you is banana split kebabs. So what you will need for your banana split kebabs are fresh strawberries, and I'll show you what we're going to use this straw in a minute. You will thank me later. We have 2 bananas sliced up. I have some milk chocolate little wafers that we're going to melt in the microwave here in a minute. We have almond slivers, went ahead and threw in some coconut, and then some mini chocolate chips with vanilla as well. And then we have some pineapple. So after all the ingredients, then we have the kebabs, which is what we're going to use that for. I've got a plate to prep, and then to set them on afterwards, I have like a cookie tray, and then I've just got some wax parchment paper that we're going to put on there so that they can dry and set up, okay? So the first thing that we need to do is take off those stems, and what we always do is we cut off, we waste a lot of the strawberry. So this is what you need to do. You just take this straw and you put it in the bottom of the strawberry, and then whoop, it pops off the top. So that's why it's so good, because then you get more of your strawberry and you waste less of it. So just look at that. See, I'm pretty sure I can see you through there. Yes, I can. So we're just going to continue to do that to these strawberries. See, I told you they like that. I saw that on a life hack, and I just could not wait to do it. That's why I was excited about making this dessert, besides eating it, because it's delicious. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna need to do is get our kebabs out. So you're just going to string on like this, and then we'll do the pineapple. And you want to make sure that they're all going to be around the same height, so whenever we dip them in the chocolate, that it gets evenly covered. So you might have to modify the banana a little bit and do it a little bit lower on there. Okay, so that's done. So now that we have our kebabs made, all nice and pretty, I'm just doing 5 so we can show you what they look like, and that way we can kind of do an array of the different toppings on there, okay? So the next thing I need to do is go heat up my chocolate. We're gonna do this in 3 30-second increments, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now as you can see, we've got a nice smooth consistency of our milk chocolate, and I put a little bit of vegetable oil in there. It gives it that extra shine, and it also thins it out a little bit. So what we're going to do, I got another plate, and we're just going to pour that on there. That way I can dunk them. Okay. That's most of it. Whatever's left, I get to eat later. Okay. And then we're going to take our parchment paper and put it over our cookie sheet. Okay. So now I'm just going to take these and we're going to dunk them. Kind of move it around a little bit. That way it gets nice and evenly covered. Oh, yum. Twisting on me. This might not be as pretty as what you think they will be, but they will be tasty. Okay. So now that the chocolate's on there, I'm going to lay it right here. And then let's do the first one with some coconut. Okay, awesome. Next one. I'm just gonna kind of put it everywhere on there because it's not gonna hurt it. People are not gonna complain about too much chocolate. Unless you're my producer Jenny, and she can't have dairy, so I'm making her separate ones. And then this time we're gonna do our almond slivers. Oh, these are gonna be so good after we eat our appetizer and our entree. Okay, 3 more. Let's see how good it is. Nice and sticking really well too. Okay, so, and these are something that will be really fun to make with the kids too. I mean, I always enjoyed cooking whenever I was little in the kitchen, so if you've got a little chef on your hands, maybe you can do something different. Maybe a different kind of candy, maybe white chocolate instead next time. Maybe melt some white chocolate, you know? Or, I mean, they're good just as they are. Maybe add some grapes or something with them. Just whatever your kid likes, just accommodate them. and it makes it fun. Okay. Alrighty. Maybe do a little bit of both this time. Okay. Those look so good. Okay, I'm gonna scoot that one that way just a little bit. Okay, nice even coating of that. Okay. All right, and we're gonna lay that down like that. Get our chocolate side. Okay. And then maybe do another chocolatey one. Because who doesn't love chocolate? Make this one look like an almond joy. There we go. Okay. And voila, it is that easy. All you needed was 3 different types of fruits, maybe more. Just pick out whatever kind you'd like. I did these kind of small, and then we put different types of toppings, like I said, and I'm a big pistachio fan, so some pistachios on there would be not only very appealing to the eyes, but very tasty as well. So now that those are done, we're gonna let that chocolate sit up. That way it has plenty of time to get hard and everything set in on there. That way those will be nice and tasty. So now that we have our dessert done, we're gonna sit here and just drool over that, oh my gosh. But we're gonna sit here and we're gonna let these set up. That way that chocolate will get hard. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over here to the oven, check out our salmon and our 2 different types of vegetables, make sure that those are done. The timer is actually gonna go off anytime. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all take a break. And when we come back, we'll check out our finished product. Welcome back again to Export, Upload, Eat. Now that we have our delicious entree out of the oven, and it is turned off, so make sure you do that. We have our zucchini and our squash and onion done. We have our potatoes perfectly browned, and we have our salmon cooked to perfection. So only thing that's left to do is serve that up. So we're going to take our salmon. Look how pretty that is. Look at the crusting. So nice. Okay, same way on here. Okay, and then got some potatoes and get these tongs. All right, same way here. Okay, and then we'll just get some of this zucchini and squash mix. Nice spring fresh mix. That right there too. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Okay, very beautiful tray, as you can see. All the colors look so nice and refreshing, and definitely just screams spring, just like the weather has been lately. Okay, all right. I don't know about y'all, but I think that looks fantastic. If you look over here, we have our beautiful dessert. The chocolate is starting to set up nice and firmly. So I'm very satisfied with this. And we'll be honest, we are doing everything for the first time like we did last time. And I think it's best that way, because then you get to see the flaws in it and we get to run through it nice and smoothly together so that we can work through this together. Because like I said, I'm a college student, I'm on a budget, this was affordable. I cannot wait for Easter so that I can take this and feed my family, and it'll be a very, very nice entree for them to enjoy. And all of my nieces and nephews will definitely enjoy the fruit kebabs, banana split kebabs. And I know that I'm going to take the ingredients and make them with them, because they will think that is just so much fun. So until next time, thank you so much for coming. Me and my producer are now going to feast on this food. Hope you have a happy Easter. Thank you again for watching our second edition of Export, Upload, Eat.